Hello, young scientists. Are you ready for an adventure? Today, we're learning with balloons. Balloons are colorful and bouncy and can float or fly. But did you know balloons can teach us science? We'll learn about something called matter. Matter is what everything is made of, and it takes up space. Balloons will be our special helpers today. Are you curious? Let's start. Balloons come in many shapes and sizes. Some are long and skinny, some are round and fat. We can blow them up big with our breath or fill them with other things. Science is about asking questions and finding answers. Today, balloons will help us find some answers. Everything around us is made of something. Grab your imaginary lab coat and let's go! Have you ever blown up a balloon? It's a fun activity, isn't it? You take a deep breath, filling your lungs with air, and then you blow that air inside the balloon. It requires a bit of effort. And as you blow, the balloon gets bigger and bigger. It starts to expand right before your eyes. Why does it do that? Because it's taking up more space. The air you're blowing in is pushing the balloon outwards. This space that the balloon now occupies is called volume. It's a fundamental concept in science. Volume means how much space something fills. A small object has a small volume, while a large object has a large volume. Think about your toy box. When it's full, all those toys take up volume. They're filling the space inside the box. When it's empty, there's more space, more volume available for new things. You can fit so much more in there. Everything around you has volume, your bed, your teddy bear, even you. We all take up space in the world. When a balloon is flat, before you blow it up, its volume is very small. It's practically two pieces of rubber stuck together. But blow air in and the balloon stretches and grows, expanding to hold the air you're putting inside. The air inside fills up the balloon's volume. The balloon becomes a container for that air. The more air you add, the bigger the volume becomes. It's a direct relationship. More air, more volume. A tiny pebble, something you can hold in your hand, has a small volume. But a giant elephant, one of the largest land animals, has a big volume. A flat balloon has a small volume. It barely takes up any space at all. But a blown-up balloon full of air has a much larger volume. It's easy to see the difference. So remember, volume is the amount of space something occupies. It's a way of measuring how much stuff is there. Balloons make it easy to see how volume works because you can directly observe the change as you inflate them. Science is full of discoveries like this. Keep exploring and learning about the world around you. Hey there, science explorers! Get ready for an exciting journey into the world of matter. Today, we're going to learn some super cool science words that describe everything around us. Everything around us, from the smallest grain of sand to the biggest mountain, is called matter. Matter is anything that takes up space and has weight. Think about your toys, your books, even the air you breathe. It's all matter. Matter comes in three main forms, or states, that we're going to investigate today. These states determine how matter behaves and feels. They are solids, liquids, and gases. Each one is unique and has its own special properties. So let's dive in and discover what makes each of these states so fascinating. First, solids. Solids are firm and strong. They are all around us, making up many of the objects we use every day. Solids keep their own shape, like building blocks, rocks, or apples. They don't change shape unless you do something to them. Whether it's a toy car, a building block, or even a delicious apple, these objects hold their form. You can hold a solid in your hand and feel its firmness. It stays right there in your grasp without changing its form, and it doesn't change shape easily. It's sturdy and reliable, always keeping its form. That's what makes solids so useful for building and creating things. Next, liquids. Liquids are different from solids because they can flow and move freely. Liquids don't keep their own shape. Instead, they adapt to the shape of whatever container they're in. They are always ready to change and adjust. Water, milk, and juice are liquids. They all flow and take the shape of their container. Each one has its own unique taste and properties, but they all share the characteristic of being a liquid. Pour water into a cup and watch how it gracefully fills the space. It's like a dance as the water moves and settles, and it takes the shape of the cup. It perfectly conforms to its new home. This is what makes liquids so versatile and useful in our daily lives. Liquids can flow and splash, creating fun and exciting movements. They are always in motion, ready to be poured and enjoyed. and they need a container to hold them. Without a container, they would simply spread out. That's why we use cups, bottles, and pitchers to keep our liquids in place. Last, gases. Gases are often invisible, but they are all around us, filling the air we breathe. Gases also don't keep their own shape. They spread out to fill whatever space is available. They are always expanding and moving, never staying in one place. Air is a gas. You can't see it, but it's there, all around you, keeping you alive. It's an essential part of our world, but you can feel it when the wind blows. It's a gentle reminder of the gas that surrounds us. The wind carries scents and sounds, making our world vibrant and alive. Gases spread out to fill any container, whether it's a small balloon or a large room. They are always seeking to occupy every available space, all the way to the edges. They leave no corner untouched, ensuring that the space is completely filled. This is why gases are so important for inflating things like balloons and tires. Helium in a party balloon is a gas, and it's lighter than air, which gives the balloon its magical ability to float. And it makes balloons float. It's a fun and festive way to see gases in action. Balloons filled with helium are a symbol of celebration and joy, rising high into the sky. Solids, liquids, and gases are all around us. They make up the world we live in and interact with every day. From the ground beneath our feet to the air we breathe, these states of matter are essential to our existence. Solids keep their shape, providing structure and stability to the objects we use. They are the foundation of many things we build and create. Liquids take the shape of their container, allowing them to be poured, mixed, and used in countless ways. They are essential for life and many processes, and gases fill all the space they can. They are dynamic and ever-present, influencing our atmosphere and weather. Understanding these states of matter helps us understand the world around us better. Balloons help us see these forms of matter in action. They are a fun and visual way to learn about science. By observing how balloons behave, we can gain a deeper understanding of solids, liquids, and gases. Isn't science amazing? It's full of wonders and discoveries waiting to be explored. The more we learn, the more we appreciate the complexity and beauty of the world around us. Now let's see how balloons show us these states. Get ready for a fun and interactive demonstration. We'll use balloons to illustrate the properties of solids, liquids, and gases in a way that's easy to understand. Ready to explore more? There's always something new to discover in the world of science. Keep your curiosity alive and never stop asking questions. Let's go! On to the next exciting adventure in the world of science. Let's use balloons to see these forms of matter. First, solids. Imagine putting small building blocks or marbles inside a balloon. The balloon would look lumpy and bumpy, not smooth and round. The balloon stretches around the solids, but the solids keep their own shape. If you shake the balloon, you'd hear clink, clank, rattle. Each block or marble stays the same shape inside. Solids don't squish together. They just move around inside the balloon. This shows us solids have their own definite shape and volume. The balloon is just a bag to hold them. It's like putting toys in a toy bag. The bag changes shape, but the toys stay the same. Balloons are great teachers. Solids are strong in their shape. Let's see what happens with liquids next. Now let's try liquids. Imagine pouring water into a balloon. The water balloon would be smooth, not lumpy. The water spreads out to fill the balloon, making it round or oval. If you hold it, it feels heavy and wobbly. Shake it gently, and the water sloshes around inside. The liquid takes the shape of the balloon. Before, it was in a jug or bowl. Now it's in the balloon. Liquids always fit the container they're in. This makes them different from solids. Our water balloon shows that liquids take the shape of their container and have volume. A little water makes a small balloon. More water makes a bigger one. Balloons help us see how liquids behave. Isn't that cool? Now let's see what happens with gases. Now for gases. Most often we fill balloons with air, a gas. Sometimes party balloons use helium, which makes them float. When you blow air into a balloon, it gets big and puffy. The air inside pushes out in all directions, filling every bit of space. Gases always spread out to fill their container. An air-filled balloon is light and firm when you squeeze it. The gas pushes against the inside walls of the balloon. Gases don't have their own shape, just like liquids, but they always expand to fill the space. That's why a little air can fill a big balloon. If you put in too much air, the balloon pops. Balloons are perfect for showing how gases work. Science is so neat. Ready for your own experiment? Now it's your turn to step into the shoes of a scientist, to be a balloon scientist. Get ready to explore the fascinating world of matter right in your own home. You'll need 3 balloons to conduct this experiment. Make sure they are all the same size and shape for the best results. Ask a grown-up to help you, especially when handling water or smaller objects. Safety first, and gather some small solids like marbles or beads, a pitcher of water, and get ready to use your breath for air. These are your tools for scientific discovery. First, carefully put the solids into one balloon. Try counting them as you go. Feel it, lumpy and noisy. What does it feel like compared to an empty balloon? Next, with your grown-up's help, carefully pour water into the second balloon. A funnel might make this easier. It's smooth, wobbly, and heavy. Notice how the water changes the balloon's shape and weight. Then take a deep breath and blow up the third balloon with air. Tie it off tightly to keep the air inside. It's light, puffy, and tight. How does it feel different from the other 2 balloons? Now carefully compare all 3 balloons. Observe them closely. How are they different in terms of shape, texture, and weight? How are they the same? Use your senses. Look closely at each one, touch them gently, and listen if you shake them. Now it's time to record your observations. Draw your 3 balloons, lumpy for the balloon filled with solids, capturing its unique texture, smooth for the liquid-filled balloon, showing its round and even shape, and big and airy for the balloon filled with gas. To help you remember, label them solid balloon, so you know which one contains the small objects, liquid balloon, to identify the one filled with water, and gas balloon. This helps you remember what you learned about the different states of matter. Today you discovered that balloons are not just for parties and fun, they're also fantastic tools for science. We learned about some important scientific concepts, including volume, and the 3 states of matter: solids, liquids, and gases. Remember, everything around us is matter, from the chair you're sitting on to the air you breathe. And all matter takes up space, whether it's a solid, a liquid, or a gas. So keep exploring the world around you, keep asking lots of questions, and most importantly, have fun with science. Hooray, scientist! You did it!